Hey guys, welcome to Tech Notebook, and this is the third video in the Raspberry Pi orientation series. So in this video, I will be showing you how to set up remote desktop on your Raspberry Pi. So let's get started. Okay, so now once we have enabled SSH on our Raspberry Pi, what we'll need to do is to actually make an SSH connection to connect to our Raspberry Pi. So to do that, we will need to open up an application called Putty. If you don't have Putty, you can just Google Putty and you should be able to find a download link to download the software. But I already have Putty, so I'm just going to open that right now. So right here, it's prompting me for a host name or IP address. Since we don't know the IP address of our Raspberry Pi yet, what we'll need to type in is Raspberry Pi. So this is a generic host name that comes with the Raspberry Pi, and we can change this later on. But you need to make sure you are connected to the same Wi-Fi network or Ethernet as the Raspberry Pi. Now I'll just need to click open. It will prompt you with this potential security breach warning. We know it's a Raspberry Pi we're connecting to, so we can just click yes. In the logged in as section, we'll need to enter the default username, which is Pi. And in the password, you'll just need to type in Raspberry. Press enter. And now we have SSH'd into the Raspberry Pi. So now to enable remote desktop, what we'll need to do is to paste in this command. It's sudo apt install Xrdp. So Xrdp is our remote access client that we can use to connect to our Raspberry Pi's desktop. Now we'll just need to click enter, and now we will install Xrdp. We'll need to click Y, and now we'll just need to wait for a bit for all the packages to install onto the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so now the Raspberry Pi has installed Xrdp. So now to figure out the IP address of our Raspberry Pi right now, we just need to type in host name space hyphen capital I, press enter, and here we get our IP address. We'll just need to copy that. And now we'll need to open an application called Xrdp on Windows. Here we will need to type in the IP address of our Raspberry Pi, which is, this is my IP address. And just click connect, click yes, and now we'll see a window that looks something like this. So right here, we will just need to type in our username and password, which is again the default Pi and Raspberry. Press enter. And now we are greeted with the Raspberry Pi desktop. So that's the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.